Hello and welcome to your Over-Enthusiastic Game Guide. I'm SerroDan, and this guide will just be giving you a quick briefing on how the macro I use to pick NPCs up works, and different methods of using it. So let's start by breaking the macro down into little baby steps. Okay, so the first two lines are just your basic in-game commands. Here we are telling the game to target a specific NPC. For instance, let's look for Pepe. And once we have the little fella targeted, we want to know where he is. So a neat little trick we can use is to focus our target. This will put a little point on our minimap showing off his hiding spot. For the next part, we'll be running a little section of code which is written in the same language as most of your add-ons. So to start this, we're going to put the run command. In our little code, we want to find out whether our target matches the target we're after, so it can then play us a little sound to tell us that we're successful. We can do this by using an if statement, so if the text in the unit frame matches the plain text Pepe, the game will execute the rest of the code. After that, we want to add a sound, so we'll be pulling out the in-game sound ID using the PlaySoundKit command. Within the brackets you can put whatever number you would like. There are thousands of different sounds. This one in particular will play the PvP flag taken sound. But we're not done there. To add more commands we separate them by using a semicolon. The next command I use will paste into our chat log the date and time of our sighting, and this uses the print function. After all that, we want to let the game know our code finishes here, so it must stop the if function, otherwise the game is still expecting something and thus we get errors. This is done by simply typing end onto, well, the end. We then hit save and test our macro out. Hurrah! So we have found our target, we have focused it, and we have our little point on the minimap, as well as a print in the chat log. Success. Because there's no loop function in game, it means this macro cannot run off just the one hit. If you hit it once, it would only run through the code once. So unfortunately, this macro needs to be hit continuously for the code to repeat. There are many ways you can activate your macro. You can activate it by dragging it to your bars and clicking it using your mouse. Another way is by tapping the corresponding key on your keyboard. The more times you hit this macro, the better your results will be. If you only hit the macro once every minute, then there's a possibility that your desired NPC has already been up for some time. But if you hit the macro every 5 seconds or so, then you're more likely going to pick it up faster when it does spawn. There are also a couple of, well, unorthodox methods of doing this, such as an external automated key press. This could be a mini piston on a motor, or a very thirsty drinking bird. There may be nothing in Blizzard's rulebook against this, but it's still frowned upon. What is against the rules, however, is an internal key press automator, using some sort of application to hit the key for you. This is easily picked up for obvious reasons. Perhaps it's the unnatural speed of the key press, or the spam in the chat log, or even Blizzard themselves can hear that awful racket of the macro spamming through your speakers. But what are you going to do if Blizzard try and contact you? I'll keep calm. I like natural. I'll just type as I normally would. Oh. Okay. Ah, well, what's the worst that can happen, eh? But what? Oh, son of a bitch!